But Gerry Anderson isn't content with living on past glories. The man behind Stingray, Space 1999 and Thunderbirds is looking to the future, as we found out, with a little help from some of Gerry's creations.
Stand by for action. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A quiet house near Henley-on-Thames is the launch pad for Gerry Anderson's fertile imagination. With the success of Thunderbirds and Stingray, he's now finally been able to form his own company, Gerry Anderson Productions.
I'm very achieved. Everybody's talking about Thunderbirds. If they talk about Thunderbirds, they talk about Gerry Anderson. And I find that now with broadcasters, because of the ratings the old shows are getting, and with investors, they're all very keen now to jump aboard, and of course that suits me fine.
It's not going to be dangerous, is it?
Of course it's not going to be dangerous, Mother.
Anderson is currently working on 2 adventurous multi-million-pound projects. The first is an animated series which carries on the Thunderbird theme of helping your fellow man, or alien.
It's called GFI, and it deals with a solar system somewhere in our galaxy where they have the need for a rapid deployment group, and this is where they bring some people from Earth, James G, who forms G-Force, which obviously has a double meaning, and equipped with huge spaceships, all kinds of space hardware, all the same old Gerry Anderson stuff, but in different guise.
We've come up against stranger things than that beneath the sea.
All the animation is being done in Moscow because it would be too expensive to produce in the West.
I have very many talented people over there who want to work now that the system has changed. And in parallel with that, it's extremely difficult to raise large funding for children's programming in this country.
Hold the champagne.
Money has always been the problem with Gerry's productions. He once said it would now be too expensive to produce Thunderbirds, but it's still his stringed creations that have helped him launch his most ambitious multimedia project.
I make films that I believe are family, but up until now there's been no door with any of the broadcasters marked family. There is in America, of course. But now things are changing, and it does seem that both the BBC and ITV are prepared to talk about family shows. And when I start the new company, we have a new program called Space Police, which is very much a family show.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
The New York policeman, his name is Lieutenant Brogan, and there's a scene in the pilot film where he goes into an alleyway and he has the criminal hiding behind a dustbin amidst all the rubbish, and he points his gun and he says, "Okay, hands high," and up come hands. And then he says, "And the other 2.
What do you make of this, Brains?
Well, we really don't have enough to go on as yet, but it sounds like some kind of freak mutation.
Determined to keep an eye on all aspects of the show, including the very profitable merchandising, Gerry hopes that the output of his new company will make the world a slightly nicer place to live in.
Tell Luigi to have the champagne standing by.
I'd like to think that with all the experience I've had in filmmaking, I have enough common sense to produce some really good shows that are not only popular but also responsible. We live in very violent times, and I wouldn't particularly want to make those times more violent. It's always very difficult to prophesy, but I'm hoping that it will be 5 years of my life.
It's certainly good to know we're back in business.